I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If you done got your stamps for this month, or you haven't got them yet, if you done got your stamps, or when you get your stamps for this month, don't go running trying to sell your damn stamps. Don't go running buying all that goddamn junk food, them knickknacks and all that bullshit. Don't be trying to do nothing else other than put some grocery in that refrigerator and some grocery in that deep freezer, because I'm gonna tell y'all what's happening. So that whole rumor talk about no stamps being issued in November is a fact. Nobody in America that's in the EBT or part of the EBT program will receive food stamps in the month of November. Nowhere in the United States, if they have a government SNAP EBT program, wherever you are, they will not be issuing no benefits. Now, this is the crazy thing. I don't know if y'all really believe a lot of the stuff or if y'all reading up on it, but bro, brace yourself, because it's not just November. Listen to me, it's not just November. It's not just November. They trying to phase out and get rid of food stamps, just like they trying to do the Section 8, the government assisted, anything that's government assisted, any programs, they trying to get rid of all of that. You see what I mean? And they telling everybody it's to save money and it's the this and it's that. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. Don't be no fool. A lot of y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all wake up and run the social media and bullshit. Y'all receive food stamps. Y'all get some type of government assistance. Y'all better start waking up and looking what's going on around y'all, because like I said, you gonna wake up one day in the world, in the life that you know and used to and feel like you entitled to, that shit gonna change, and they doing it right in front of your eyes. Like I said, you gonna wake up one morning and you're not gonna be able to walk in your grocery store and swipe that damn EBT card and fill up your pantry. You see what I mean? So for y'all, for the ones who don't know what's going on, for the ones that's not resourceful, for the ones that's not self-efficient, y'all better get on y'all shit. You would not get food stamps come November. And if y'all haven't been paying attention, don't sit here and just think, come December, they're going to give me my November stamps and my December. No, they are not, because the way they talking, the way this Trump administration talking, you might not get them come December.
I'm going to tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the off for November. Y'all better stay the out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you won't, start looting, what's gonna happen? Before my kids go broke like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, as soon as that ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the out.
What's up, my YouTube family? I hope you guys are doing so good. If you're new to my channel, I am so gifted. Hey, welcome. So if y'all living in America like me, I know good and well you are so tired and frustrated. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We just can't catch a break in this country. I am wore out. It is always something going on in this country that keeps the American people in a state of stress and worry constantly. This time, it's another government shutdown. Yeah, again. Congress still can't agree on a budget, and honestly, it's just making things harder for people who are already struggling. So for those of you who do not know what that means when it comes to a government shutdown, when the government shuts down, a lot of the federal operations come to a stop because the funding gets cut off. All that federal money freezes, and it affects people from all sides, from federal workers who stop getting paid, veterans waiting on their benefits, and federally funded programs that millions of Americans depend on every single day. Programs like Medicaid, housing assistance, child care assistance, WIC, and one of the biggest ones, SNAP, also known as EBT, but if you back in my day, we called them food stamps. So SNAP, which stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is one of the largest federal aid programs in the country. It helps over 40 million Americans buy groceries every month. But now the USDA is basically warning people that there's only enough money to cover October's benefits. And even then, some people's October benefits have been cut. But anyway, after that, things are just not clear or they're uncertain. So if this shutdown keeps dragging on, millions of families might not get their November payments at all. And the people are concerned, and rightfully so.
Y'all know what? This is straight complete bullshit. Now, why the fuck they taking away SNAP benefits in November? From everybody. Even people that are disabled. I'm on disability. I ain't got no toes on my right foot. I used to work. I can't work no more. So, how the fuck I supposed to eat? It's bad enough half of my fucking check go on bills and rent. Nigga always broke every fucking month. Every time I nigga get the check. Every time I get my disability check, it's pay bills and rent, then I'm back broke again. How the fuck am I supposed to eat? How? I'm disabled. I can't work. Like, how the fuck y'all just take the SNAP benefits away from a disabled person? What's up with this government shutdown shit, bro? I don't know what the fuck going on. Somebody need to tell me something, you heard me?
Y'all know I love me some New Orleans accents, you heard me? But y'all see that this man right here, he is a disabled person. He showed that he has a disability and he's dependent on government assistance to help him through. He can't work. He also probably gets a disability check or some type of social security every month. And that is dependent upon the federal funds, the federal funding. So he's definitely, he has a reason to be concerned.
Donald Trump just fucked up. Like, why would you take away these people benefits? We literally just had to go home because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart bum rushing, stealing, like filling up buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off motherfucking food stamps. Y'all, this shit is crazy. Like,
that is very crazy. And I know y'all heard the lady at the beginning of the video. Don't y'all be out there stealing. Y'all do not go out there risking your life and jeopardizing your freedom. I understand that it's a serious time, but please try not to panic.
I think y'all are getting y'all food stamps in November, or maybe some of y'all is not, but like they literally just had to like do emergency evacuation at our store because everybody came in going crazy over like food for their kids and shit. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. Isn't this the same orange dude that y'all voted for to be in presidency? Like, isn't this the same dude, the same Lorax man y'all voted for? Like, y'all, this shit is crazy. They literally had to like evacuate all of the employees at my job to the back because everybody came in stealing. Everybody said fuck Christmas, fuck holidays. Like, we finna just take everything out this bitch. Like, this shit is crazy.
SNAP benefits stop even temporarily in November. It's not even about groceries. It's about survival mode, and people will be stealing all over the place. If you live in the real world, you know that 42 million people rely on SNAP benefits, and if that stops, the ripple effect will be outrageous. You will see theft rise not because people suddenly turn criminal, but what will people do without actual food? That desperation will leak all over through society.
I do agree with what she's saying 100%. People will do what they feel like they got to do to feed their families. But please, you guys, if you are in this situation, do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to risk your freedom, go to jail, or end up getting hurt. That's going to make everything worse. Just please try your best to pull from your local resources, like go to schools, churches, your local food banks, your food pantries, and see if you can get help. I understand that it's probably going to be strained because there are people today who are on food stamps who do take advantage of food banks because they still need the help. But please, y'all, do not turn criminal.
SNAP also injects billions into local grocery markets and small businesses across the country. So that's also going to take an economic hit on small businesses.
Yes, and I'm so glad that she pointed that out because there's so many people in these people's comment sections who are concerned about not receiving their EBT, just saying stuff like, oh, well, now you got to go get a job. Oh, well, you can't live off of welfare no more. It's not just about that, y'all. When SNAP benefits stop, it doesn't just hurt the people using them. It's the local economies too. So the small grocery stores, corner markets, bodegas, farmer markets, the mom and pops, they all lose business because a huge part of their sales come from food stamps.
This goes to show how scary it is, how out of touch our current administration is because they don't acknowledge how desperate people can become. We saw it during the 2019 shutdown, and can you imagine food pantry lines and how insane that will be and how just demoralizing that is and how unfair it is for families to have to endure that just because a man decided that he was going to turn off benefits that have been providing for families all across the country for years on end. So if benefits do quote unquote run out, then it's not only a health issue, it's a public safety issue.
Without SNAP, food banks will be the first place families turn to, according to Man-Hee Lee with the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Our food pantries are going to be overwhelmed with SNAP participants who usually, rely on that critical lifeline for support and for basic food assistance.
SNAP provides low-income residents with prepaid cards to buy groceries. The Illinois Department of Human Services says it was notified last week by the USDA that November benefits won't be funded unless the shutdown ends.
And a lot of these we're talking about are, children and also older adults who are unable to work.
That means Illinois could lose about $350 million in assistance for 1.9 million recipients statewide. Lee says food pantries across Cook County are urging families to prepare now.
We're asking them to make sure that they have a backup plan because they are not going to get the food assistance that they need.
At the Pilsen Food Pantry, Dr. Evelyn Figueroa says they're bracing for bigger crowds in November. For some families, their twice-a-month visit here is the only way they can put food on the table.
And you guys, this is not just in Chicago. This is a nationwide issue. As she said, there are people who come to food pantries, all the time, and this is the only way that they can put food on the table. And most of the time, the people who are using these food pantries in their local food banks, they don't even qualify for food stamps, and they still having a hard time putting food on the table. This is really sad. And even in my state, my daughter's school, they have a program called the 3 Square Meal, where mostly like every other day they're outside handing out food to families, the local community. And it's really sad. And like I said, these are people who probably don't even qualify to be on food stamps. Just imagine what these food banks and these pantries are going to look like if they do not get it together with this government shutdown.
We're going to need to buy more. We're not going to try to give people less because that's not right.
And now that I think about it, a lot of these local food banks and these community pantries are federally funded as well, and they rely on federal reimbursements. So if that money stops flowing, they can't even restock or keep up with the demand themselves. This is really going to be detrimental. It's not just about people being on welfare and taking advantage or how long they've been on it or whatever. It's people out there that are really going to be affected by this. This is huge.
It's a double blow for SNAP recipients. The new federal law expanding work requirements to get benefits is also taking effect 3 months earlier than expected. The same week, SNAP benefits are expected to hit pause.
This is a human issue, and we all need to understand that none of us should be arguing over food. Food is a human right.
If the government doesn't reopen by November, EBT will not reopen either. So nobody is getting no EBT, no help, no Medicaid, no nothing. And the government knows that. And so many people right now are in a panic, as they should be, because people have children. People need Medicaid. Older people need Medicaid too. Like, y'all having the shutdown because y'all don't want to come to a decision. Y'all don't want to do what y'all got to do. And November might be a very horrible and kind of semi-violent month, because the government is not understanding that this is crucial. Like, people will not have food, people will not have medicine, people will not have the things that they need for their kids or for their for the people that they love who are older. And everybody's sitting here. I'm already seeing the videos talking about, like, if you see me starting to rob this place, mind your business. And I see a lot of other people who say, like, you know what, I'm just gonna like turn a blind eye. And it's getting to the point where everybody needs to understand that instead of judging and instead of sitting up here talking about, oh my God, just get a job, just get this, just get that. Okay, food stamps, have your opinion about it, don't care. But Medicaid, people who are actually older use food stamps. People who are older need Medicaid. And y'all, some heartless ass people sitting up here talking about, oh, well, you should have got a job, you should have done this, blah, 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 whatever y'all got to say. The government shutting down is affecting a lot of people right now, and especially the people for the month of November who is not going to get food. I've seen people on here talk about where they got a letter from the government or something like that talking about that their food stamps will not come in, their Medicaid will not come in, it just won't, and that's it. So if the government doesn't come to a decision and reopen before November, nobody is getting what they need.
Okay, so it's on the CNN News. So the month of November, they told all the southern states to hold back Section 8 and their EBT benefits, okay? So that means that no Thanksgiving and no Christmas, okay? So therefore, you know what? Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Okay? Whoop-de-doo. Because let me tell you something, American people. It was only supposed to have been a temporary thing, okay? I'm hearing people all up on this internet here talking about what they're gonna do. They was getting $4,200 a month. What they was gonna do, they was getting $1,200 a month in food stamps. But they all on iPhones. You're on iPhones, you're on Android. That's a luxury, okay? To the government, that's a luxury, okay? To the government, you're not supposed to have cable, okay? To the government, there's a lot of things that was not prioritized right on Section 8, because Section 8, was supposed to be on it for 20 years, okay? To get food stamps, was supposed to get food stamp for 17 years. I hear one lady said that she had one child starting on it, but she got 6. How did you do that? Okay, I can understand maybe 1 or 2, the second one slipped out, but you had another 4 more. So my thing is, you don't get no sympathy for people like that, because my thing is, then I hear a lady that was in a wheelchair and she's sympathetic, but then she got 8 children. How you do that? How you lay down in the bedroom and you get 8 children and you're in a wheelchair? I don't understand. So my thing is, it was only supposed to be temporary.
So obviously she's addressing a certain demographic of people, and there are people who are on welfare who take advantage. They continue to have a bunch of kids. They continue to just stay in the environment that they're in, and they take advantage of the welfare system. But that's not everybody's story, and we already addressed that. But she is making some valid points. You know what I'm saying? There are people who take advantage of the system and who have been on welfare for years. There are people whose families have been on welfare and Section 8 and food stamps for generation after generation. And you know what? It is a damn shame, but that's not everybody's situation. That's not everybody's story.
Okay, so what you got to do, okay, because back in the days, we didn't have no Hot Pockets. Back in the days, we didn't have all this extra foolishness, juices up on the refrigerator, all kinds of cereals. Okay, you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to oatmeal, and you got to go back to cornflakes. Okay, rice and chicken never gets old. Okay, you're gonna have to go back to cinnamon sugar on buttered toast.
She ain't lying right here, y'all. Child, when I grew up, we didn't have none of that. That's the truth. We did not have none of that. I know a struggle meal, okay? So she is giving out some game, you know what I'm saying? When we were younger, I knew about the cinnamon toast with butter. I knew about some wish sandwiches, wish you had some meat. We made do with what we can. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't even got no milk. You better put some water on that damn shit.
All I'm saying is, when we didn't have a lot, we always just had to make it enough and get creative. You know what I'm saying? And Mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. We never went hungry. We might not have had all the stuff that the kids have today, but we were never hungry. We always found a way to make it enough. And yes, back then we were poor and we were on food stamps. We were on, getting assistance from welfare, and it was still hard. And I'm guilty of this. I know we want our kids to have everything we didn't have. Like I said, I struggled. I grew up in the projects, so I know about those struggle meals, and I worked my hardest so that my kids didn't have to have the same experiences that I had when I was younger. So we overcompensate a little bit. And most of the time we overcompensate with food. We get the snacks, we get the goodies, and all we need to do is just cut that out for now, until times get better. That's all.
You got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to evaporated milk and sugar. That's your milk right there, honey, and put some little sweetener in it. And that's what you got to go back to. You got to go back to the basics. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That never gets old. Okay, you got to go back to Spam sandwiches. You got to go back to liverwurst, and you got to go back to those type of meats and stuff by the bulk. Okay, sardines and cans never get old, and crackers. You've got to go back to the basics. Okay, so this is why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from American people, because we've been trying to get it out of the mud. Some of us only have $300 to $500 to last us to the next payday, and we got to divide that into 14 days, and we got to make it do what it do. Okay, so that's why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from people who have to work, because we're paying for that. We're paying into that for you guys to live a life of luxury. I've seen people see my nails. I do my nails myself because I cut that out because I'm trying to do some other things. I'm trying to work within myself and saying, Tina, what can you cut out to go ahead and save your pennies in the bank, because I'm a saving woman. You understand me? So my thing is, this is why you're not being a lot of sympathy from the working class, is because we've got to get it out of the mud ourselves. The government ain't helping us. We're feeding into the system so you can have a better life. That's why. Okay? All right? God bless.
I just hope that they get this government shutdown up and running so that everything can go smooth and it's not chaos in the month of November. There is enough of chaos that we're already going through. We don't need nothing else. But y'all, let's chop it up in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop your city, your state, your location. I want to know where in the world this video reaches. And let me know if you guys are going to be affected by this government shutdown or if you've already been affected by the government shutdown, whether you're a federal worker or whether you are a recipient of these benefits and how it's affecting you or someone you love. If you guys need any assistance, you make sure that you dial 211, which is local to your city, and take advantage of all the resources that you have possible. Please try not to go to desperate measures and start stealing and robbing. Please take your time, be patient, don't panic, and just pull every resource. And if you're out there and you're not being affected and you're thriving, you know what I'm saying, and you're able to lend a helping hand, please consider doing that. Please donate to your local pantries, your local food banks, the schools, the churches. Just donate as much as you can or as little as you can. If you are thriving and you're blessed and you're in a position to where you can go out and buy some things and drop it off, do that. Or if you're unable to do that and you got some things you can spare in your own cabinet, anything helps. But thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.